Madam Prosecutor.
Thank you, Jim, for giving me the floor. And let me extend my compliments to my fellow panelists, Judge Moron, Mr. Matthias, and Susanna. I'm really honored to share this panel with you. When Judge Moron personally insisted that I participate on this panel, of course, I accepted. And I did so first because one does not say no to Judge Moron. And second, because one cannot resist his alluring charm. And of course, I accepted because the discussions we're having today are most important and timely. Where does international criminal justice stand at a time of great uncertainty in the world? Will international criminal justice grow into adolescence and reach its full potential or die a premature death, having been smothered by a global environment where multilateralism appears to be in decline and respect for human rights increasingly given scant regard? Are we on the verge of witnessing the pressures of state power plays and realpolitik do away with international criminal justice the way that they did with the League of Nations? These are all pertinent questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that we must not despair. Notwithstanding the many challenges confronting the discipline, international criminal justice is alive and well and is here to stay. The era of impunity as a norm is over. While, to be sure, atrocities still occur far too frequently, the paradigm has shifted. International criminal justice is on the march. In my judgment, with time, it will only become stronger in its foundation and more effective in practice. I am an optimist. In this line of work, if you are not, you are in the wrong business. International criminal justice will thrive. It will do so not because of the hopeful aspirations of its supporters, but because it stands as a powerful idea. The notion that no longer should we, as peoples and nations of the world, allow the perpetrators of the world's most heinous crimes go unpunished. The notion that no one is above the law and that the trappings of power and privilege should not shield war criminals, the genocidaires or dictators who have no qualms to unleash violence against their own people in a systematic and widespread manner, only to maintain power at any cost. Ladies and gentlemen, significant achievements in human progress have seldom traveled the path of least resistance, and yet the arc of the moral universe bends towards advancement of humanity in a forward direction. That forward direction calls for an end to impunity for atrocity crimes. Turning to the central pillar of the International Criminal Justice Project, that is the International Criminal Court, which I have the privilege to serve, I firmly believe that the creation of the ICC, against all odds, must surely be one of humanity's proudest moments. In historical terms, the establishment of the court is an immense achievement, built on great suffering, blood, and treasure, and represents the realization of centuries-long yearning for accountability for atrocity crimes, and is undoubtedly a crucial pillar as a rule of law, rule-based global order, and as such, it serves our utmost commitment and support. Of course, I am mindful of the challenges facing the International Criminal Justice Project today, and more generally, the backlash among some states against international institutions, including the European Union, the United Nations, and the ICC, all critical institutions in a post-World War global order, which play a crucial role within their respective mandates in the promotion of peace and security. I am convinced the ICC will continue to do its important prosecutorial and judicial work and is a fixed feature of the international legal order. Again, I say this because the court meets vital needs for humanity's progress in the modern era, and because without the court, we will regress into an even more turbulent world, lawless world, where impunity reigns unchecked and chaos, volatility, and violence are seen as inevitable norms. This, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot allow. This humanity will not allow. And we owe it to ourselves, to our children, and to future generations to nurture the ICC. My message of optimism and belief is supported by significant progress and tangible results achieved by the ICC in recent times. Building on my office's publicly available strategic plan, we have been able to significantly improve the quality and the efficiency of our work. Over the past 12 months alone, we managed to secure 7 convictions. Mr. Jean-Pierre Bemba Gombo, the president and commander-in-chief of the Movement de Libération du Congo, was convicted of the crimes of rape, murder, and pillaging committed by his troops in the Central African Republic under his command and control. He and 4 other accused persons were also found guilty of various offenses against the administration of justice. Also in the Mali situation, we obtained a final conviction in the case against Mr. Ahmed Al-Faki for the war crimes of intentionally directing attacks against historic monuments and buildings dedicated to religion. These cases have all served as unique precedents. Coupled with the policies that my office has been promulgating, such as the sexual and gender-based crimes policy, the policy on children, and in the very near future, the policy on the protection of cultural property, they show how the ICC can serve as an example or as a helpful partner for other actors at the international, regional, and national level in their efforts to address these very serious crimes. I would like to emphasize this collaborative aspect of the Rome Statute, since indeed, ending impunity for atrocity crimes is not the preserve of any one institution. Creating a culture of accountability is a common interest. The development with partners of a coordinated strategy of closing the impunity gap is in fact a key strategic goal of my office. Ladies and gentlemen, with 10 situations under investigations, as well as 10 situations currently under preliminary examination across the globe, including with respect to Afghanistan, Palestine, Colombia, Nigeria, Ukraine, and many others, the demands on my office are very high, and they continue to grow. The ICC's limited financial capacity represents a challenge. The ICC is not just another international organization to which states pay membership dues. It is a court of law. We need to meet the court's resource needs. Here I feel that the framing of the discussions needs to change. The cost of delivering justice is small in comparison to the cost of conflicts and the suffering of the victims. An investment in justice is well worth its return. Dear friends, in sum, I submit that notwithstanding the challenges inherent in this necessary work, we should remain optimistic and commit to greater support for the ICC, its independent and impartial mandate, and the international rule of law. Any act that may undermine the global movement towards greater accountability and a rule-based international order must be avoided. Under the critical watch of history, we must not allow never again to ring hollow to taunt the memory of the victims of atrocity crimes. Protecting citizenry from the scourge of war and conflict through the vector of the law does not demonstrate weakness, but political leadership. We must do all we can to ensure that security, stability, and the protective embrace of the law become a reality to be relished by all in all corners of the world. We cannot walk alone towards this necessary path. And in this forward march of humanity, our success is inextricably linked to our joint contributions and resolve to stay principled and firm in the face of challenges, working against the currents of history. During war and conflict, ladies and gentlemen, the law will no longer remain silent. And I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Madam Prosecutor, for giving us a message of hope, but that is buttressed by a reminder of some of the crucial work that the ICC is now doing.